4-0. What's going on, everybody? Spunky 991 coming guys another video. Coming up to you guys my Eagles Jaguars post-game reaction. So the Philadelphia Eagles get a hard-fought victory against the Jacksonville Jaguars by a score of 28-21. And when I say hard-fought, boy, what a game we had to earn this time around. I told you guys, you know, in my preview yesterday, what I put out yesterday, that I was expecting this to be a tough challenge. You know, I was expecting the Jaguars to give us a fight, and they very well did. You know, it was a phenomenal day for the most part by our defense. You know, they did give up a couple touchdowns, but overall defense was just another great day by the defense. You know, sacking, you know, getting to Trevor Lawrence, hitting Trevor Lawrence, forcing fumbles, you know, intercepting him once. So, you know, can't complain about the defense, man. Defense played well. This was a game where, you know, the conditions in Philadelphia were pretty bad due to the remnants of what was Hurricane Ian. You know, it was just a nasty, rainy day in Philadelphia. Doug Peterson's returned back to Philadelphia, the first coach, of course, to win the Lombardi Trophy for the Eagles. His return to Philadelphia. It was not the prettiest of wins, but at the end of the day, we got the win. You know, this was a challenge because, like I said, Jacksonville, when we thought we put them away, Jacksonville showed us that they were still gonna fight. I wish nothing but success for Coach Peterson. You know, nothing but love and respect for Coach Peterson. To Jacksonville Jaguar fans, you guys should be excited about your team because you got a young team here that I believe is truly on the rise. I think they are definitely the best team in the AFC South right now. I could definitely see the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South division this year. I think Doug Peterson is definitely, that team is heading in the right direction under his leadership. I definitely do believe that. I think Trevor Lawrence is definitely taking, a step forward in his game. I definitely do. And I want to say thank you to Eagle fans, man, for showing Dougie P, Coach Doug Peterson, nothing but respect, man, before the game. That guy earned the respect. Doug Peterson, Nick Foles, those guys will never have to buy a cheesesteak or beer or anything in Philadelphia for what they've done for this franchise, bringing the first Lombardi Trophy to Philadelphia. So I'm glad Eagle fans continue to respect and appreciate Coach Peterson for what he did for our franchise. You know, it was a little weird, man, coming to this game with Coach Peterson being on the other sideline, you know, coaching against us. But you know, we dealt with the same thing when, of course, Coach Andy Reid came back to Philadelphia with the Chiefs. Unfortunately, that game, you know, Andy Reid is, you know, he's had quite a bit of success against us as the head coach of the Chiefs. You know, love Coach Peterson, but I hope he doesn't ever have success against us, of course. But anyway, that's here and there. But we got the win today. We were victorious today, but we definitely had to earn it. The game started off very rough for us, man. Starting off, man, Jalen Hurts threw a very ill-advised pass. It was a pretty bad pass that was to a double-covered receiver that was picked off and returned for a touchdown. Very tough. Jacksonville Jaguars offense, when they got the ball back, they marched down the field and got a touchdown pass for Trevor Lawrence. They went up 14-0. Then after that, the momentum began to swing over to the Eagles. Defense woke up and they were, you know, just getting to Trevor Lawrence. They were forcing fumbles and recoveries. And then the Eagles offense woke the hell up and they scored 29 unanswered points. 2 touchdown runs by Miles Sanders, who had a phenomenal day today. Touchdown run by Jalen Hurts and a touchdown run by Kenneth Gainwell. Just when we thought we had put this game away, you know, offense scored. They actually scored points in the second half, by the way, of course. But just when we thought we put this game away, Jacksonville Jaguars get a touchdown. They're now down 21-29. Just when we thought we had put this game away, they scored that touchdown. Offense like they're gonna run that clock out, looking like they're gonna run the clock out, and of course the Jacksonville Jaguars defense makes a stop on 4th down when we went for it. And at the end of the game, it came down to the defense having to step up, make a play, and win the game. And boy did they do it. Hassan Reddick had a strip sack on Trevor Lawrence that was recovered, and that put the game away. Like I said, not a pretty game, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning. We got the W. Nasty rainy conditions in Philadelphia today. It was a game that we definitely had won primarily on the ground, and the defense, like I said, overall a phenomenal day by the defense. This defense is scary good the way they're playing, and this includes with injuries, man, because Crayvon LeBlanc, no Crayvon LeBlanc. Darius Slay went down with the injury. Just tough, man. We also lost 2 starters on the offensive line. Hopefully those guys, you know, are going to be okay for next week. But both, you know, Sununu and Malata both went out in this game. In that situation, of course, it's next man up. Next man has to step up and do their job. And boy, did they do. The offensive line was just another phenomenal day by the O-line. I'm just hoping that, you know, this is not a trend of injuries just pouring on us, because I'm seeing a lot of potential out of this Eagles team. And the last thing I want to see is just injuries piling up, derailing what could be a very promising season for us. The Eagles are 4-0 for the first time since 2004. You Eagle fans know what happened that season, 2004. We went on to go to the Super Bowl. We didn't win it that year, but we went to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Eagles are going to do that. I'm pumped. No, I'm just saying that there's a lot of potential with this team. I think we're only going to get better. Hopefully we get healthier. The injuries stop pounding on us. You know, Jake Elliott was a little banged up, on the play when he was kicking a field goal. They got it for roughing the kicker, and the Eagles got the ball back. Couldn't score. He ended up having to come out and kick that field goal again. He missed the field goal in this game, but it really wasn't his fault. The winning conditions, it was an extra point. The winning conditions blew that football elsewhere. You know, that's just how it is with the conditions here. And the Eagles were more hesitant by kicking field goals with the winning conditions. You know, but at the end of the day, man, all that matters, we got the W. It wasn't a pretty win. It was definitely a fight. Jacksonville Jaguars, like I said, I think they're heading in the right direction. I think Doug Pearson is doing a good job with that young team. Trevor Lawrence is taking the steps forward in his career. You know, I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback. I think they're going to be a pretty good team. And I wish the Jacksonville Jaguars the best of luck the rest of the way. Unless somehow they meet the Eagles again, of course. Of course, you know, if they meet the Eagles again down the road, of course, you know, obviously I want the Eagles to have the, you know, obviously beat them, of course. But the only way that's happened, of course, if we meet them in a big game. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But one thing this game showed me about this Eagles team is this Eagles team handling adversity. That's where you really see how good your team is. When your team is down, they were down by 2 scores. Nobody on that team, nobody on the Eagles gave up. They kept fighting. They stepped it up, man, and they overcame the adversity. They were able to go ahead and you know, get the ball back for the offense. Offense woke up, climbed back into this game, and we actually went to halftime with the lead 20-14. So, you know, they handled adversity very well. That's something you want to see when your team is down, because you're not going to blow everybody out. It's not going to be smooth sailing every game. But can your team climb back when they are being tested and find a way to win the game? They answered that challenge today against a pretty good opponent, and that right there makes me feel pretty good, knowing that this team, when they're down, they don't give up. They just come fighting back, and they fought their way back into this game, taking back the lead 20-14, and never giving it back up for the rest of the game. So that right there for me is very encouraging. For any Eagle fan, it should be very encouraging that we have a team that's fighters. And I'm telling you, man, if we can just get these guys that were banged up, get them back healthy, man, who knows what this team can accomplish this year. I'm pretty happy overall what I saw out of this team today. You know, I did not expect it to be a pretty game due to the weather conditions, you know, windy, rainy conditions. I expect this to be a game where we lean heavily on the run, and that's exactly what we did. Going over these stats for this game, Jalen Hurts today was 16 for 25, 204 yards. He threw that interception I told you guys at the beginning of the game where he threw it, bad advised pass. That was returned for a touchdown. When it comes to running the ball, Miles Sanders, phenomenal today, man. If you started Miles Sanders on your fantasy team, if you play fantasy football, you were rewarded today. Miles Sanders was 27 carries for 134 yards, 5.0 average yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts ran 16 times for 38 yards, 2.4 yards average a carry. He had a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, 5 carries for 19 yards, 3.8 yards a carry. He had a touchdown. Trey Sermon, 2 carries for 19 yards, 9.5 average a carry. When it comes to receiving, A.J. Brown today had a pretty damn good day. 5 catches for 95 yards. He had 19.0 average yards a catch. Dallas Goedert, 5 catches for 72 yards, 14.4 yards a catch. Miles Sanders, 2 catches for 22 yards, 11.0 yards a catch. Devontae Smith, 3 catches for 17 yards, 5.7 yards a catch. And Kenneth Gainwell, 1 catch for 2 yards. Defensively, like I said, overall defense, you know, they played very well today. You know, you can't complain about the defense today. They got the pressure on Lawrence. They got the strip fumbles. They intercepted him once where James Bradbury just jumped right in front of that ball and just picked it off, man. It was beautiful. But here's the numbers for this defense today. T.J. Edwards, 4 tackles, 2 tackle assists, 1 sack. Hassan Reddick had 4 tackles, 2 sacks, including a strip sack at the end of the game that won the game for the Eagles, where it sealed the deal for the Eagles. Kazir White, 3 tackles, 1 tackle assist. Jordan Davis, 2 tackles, 2 tackle assists. James Bradbury, 2 tackles, including the interception. Chauncey Gardner had 2 tackles. Josiah Scott, 1 tackle, 2 tackle assists. Marcus Epps had 1 tackle. Javon Hargrave, 1 tackle. Patrick Johnson, 1 tackle. Brandon Graham, 3 tackle assists. Fletcher Cox, 1 tackle. Marlon Tupalupu, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, 1 tackle. Andre Kakachi, I don't know. He had 1 tackle. Nakobe Dean, played a little bit in this game. He had tackle. Kicking wise, when it comes to returns, Britton Covey had three returns for 69 yards, 23.0 average return. Covey as well, when it comes to punt, 1 return for 2 yards. Jake Elliott today was 1 for 1 field goal. His long was a 28-yard field goal. 5 points scored. You know, there was, like I said, 1 extra point missed, but that was because the wind blew that the ball. It blew the ball away from the goalpost. So I don't really credit that. I don't really call that really a miss when the weather interferes like that. Sepos had 3 punts for 134 yards, 44.7 average punt. He also, he punted one within the 20-yard line. So yeah, those are the numbers for this game. Like I said, it was one of those games where the Eagles really won this game. They won this game on the ground with the running game. Defense showed up and balled out today, man. You know, like I said, forcing, getting to Trevor Lawrence, and I believe four fumbles by the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. You know, defense definitely showed up and played a very good game today, man. You know, offensively, you know, like I said, it was primarily a game on the ground. But the running game was just phenomenal, and despite the injuries to our offensive line, the guys that came in, such as Opeta that came in, those guys played well and opened up those running lanes for Miles Sanders, and Miles Sanders was just phenomenal today. So everybody did their job. You know, when a player goes down, you have to be ready to step in and when your number's called on it. And I salute the guys that came in and answered the call. Like I said, I'm just hoping that the guys that did get hurt, man, I'm really hoping that these guys, hopefully they're all okay. They'll be ready to go next week, because next week we got another challenge. Next week, late afternoon game, I believe it's gonna be at 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock late afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern game. 4:25, I believe it starts in Arizona against the Arizona Cardinals. That's gonna be another challenging game for us as well, because one thing I do not do is sleep on Arizona. Kyler Murray, you just never know what Kyler Murray, he can have a bad day, but then he can also have a day where he just goes off. It would be the Eagles' first time going up against former tight end, our former tight end who was just just a playmaker for us for so many years, Zach Ertz. So it'll be his first time going up against us. Definitely will be some emotions right there, of course. You know, late afternoon game in Arizona, another challenge for us, man. And so we, take this win, enjoy this win, learn from some of the mistakes we made in this game. Like I said, it was a messy game due to the conditions on the field. But at the end of the day, you get the job done. That's what it all comes down to. You find a way to win the game, and the Eagles found a way to win the game. They showed up, and defense showed up. Offense did what they had to do, and the Eagles got the job done. That's all that matters. Beating this Jacksonville Jaguars, big challenge for us, man. Eagles are 4-0 for the first time since 2004. I'm feeling pretty good overall about this team, because what I saw is how they handled the adversity, and I saw that we could beat you. This is a team that could beat you on the ground. They could beat you through the air. They could beat you with the defense. This is just an all-around good football team that we're seeing right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's cross our fingers that it just continues to go up and up from here. 4-0, man. Like I said, first time since 2004. Unbelievable, man. Hopefully this ride continues to go strong for us for the rest of the way, man. But like I said, big game against the Arizona Cardinals on next Sunday at 4 o'clock, 4:25. Enjoy this win, man. Let's get back to work, and let's get out there and beat these Cardinals and go 5-0 next Sunday. But once again, to the Jaguar fans, you guys have a reason to be very optimistic and happy about your team, because I think you guys have a very bright future. I think Doug Peterson is leading that organization in the right direction. You guys are just going to get better and better from here. I truly do believe that. You guys should. I think you guys will win the AFC South this year. But with that said, put this game behind us. Move forward next week. As always, go Birds. Beat those Arizona Cardinals next Sunday. Go 5-0. Fly, Eagle, fly. Peace.
That's all, folks.